Hello, friends. My name is Charmaine from To Witch Isle, and this is a witch's cauldron. Today, I've had one of those days where I've woken up in pain, and it's been a few days of the same pain in a row that I'm just tired. I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of my head hurting. And I've been in this place many, many times before. I just treat it vastly different than I did once before. Once before, I used to just get into pain and then I'd think about the pain and I'd start dwelling on the pain and the pain would get worse and worse and I would sit in that pain forever. And it was like I perpetrated my own pain again and again by making the choice to focus on the fact that I was in pain instead of finding other things that I was grateful for, other than the fact that I could feel pain. Because I was treating this pain a little bit differently today, I thought about it a little bit more. What was I doing different? What was I thinking that was different? And mostly that thing that I was thinking was, wow, I'm in pain right now, and I don't have to be in pain. There are things that I can do to get out of pain that are very healthy if I do that. So, first I tried meditating, and that wasn't helping, or it wasn't really happening for me. And that was only because I have baby chickens in the house and they make a lot of noise, and it is very hard to focus on anything but the noise that that they're making. And it's only because they just want to see me. So, um, I went a different route. Instead of meditating, I grabbed myself a naproxen that I do have prescribed to me for migraine specifically because it is one of my disabilities. And I took my naproxen. I laid back on my bed for a little bit. And I also ran my Cephaly, which is it's a TENS unit for your forehead. It's migraine specific. And that runs for 20 minutes. And so I laid back for that 20 minutes. And though all I could hear was peeping in the background, which is actually going on right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, because sometimes this microphone doesn't pick up anything like my little chicken squealing right in front of it, but it very well could pick up something in the background. Anyway, because there are baby chickens in the house peeping, meditation wasn't really attainable. So while I was sitting with that TENS unit on my forehead, I focused on the fact that that TENS unit was more or less keeping me inside my body and focused inside myself at that moment. And that took me away from so much as the pain, but being able to try to focus on other things within my body. What is going on while the pain is happening? Is my neck tightening up? Can I do something about that? I may not be able to do something about the pain here, but I can maybe breathe some oxygen into the places that hurt on me. And that might help in the long run, not to mention I'm running a TENS unit, which kind of restarts the nervous system. And it usually works like a charm for at least a good 10 minutes before the pain comes back. Um, and hopefully I can get myself focused on something else before that happens, and maybe that pain will not settle back in. That is something different that I am doing. Before, I would tell myself, "Ah, don't be a baby. You don't need that. This isn't that bad yet. If it's not that bad, don't worry about it. Don't think about it." And I'd push it off and push it off until it really was that bad. And I would end up in the ER because my migraines were so intense and debilitating for days on days and days on end that, you could essentially see the marks of pain on my brain from being in pain for so long. So, treating myself before it gets to the point that it ends up days and days and days later that I'm actually treating is one of those steps that I've finally taken, that I've told myself I deserve to not be in pain so much. And if that is the case, then I need to do something about that. I need to make the choice to do the things that are going to help me in those times of pain instead of wallowing and focusing on that pain. because there was a big portion of my life that I did waste wallowing on that pain, focusing on how much it hurt. Um, and I think about some of the times that I missed with my children because I couldn't be fully present due to the pain that was going on at the current time. And I think back to that and I realize how much I missed, and there isn't anything I can do about that. What I can do now is try to fix that so I can be present now so that when they do need me, because they reach out often enough, that I know that they need me just a little bit. And so I can always be there and I can be present for their problems instead of always having my own personal pain itching in the background for full attention. Those are kind of my painful day thoughts, and I am hoping that you don't experience very many pain days. But if you do, like I do, I hope that you find your way through them with good coping skills and coping mechanisms that are healthy for you, that promote the well-being in your life and, overall bring about the greater good for you, because that's essentially what it is all about. Thank you for listening to me today here on The Witch's Cauldron, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, light and love, friends.